I'm V. Sirisha, Associate Professor, Government City College. Today's class is about financial statement analysis introduction. So what are financial statements? Financial statements, the final accounts prepared by a business are its financial statements. Financial statements in simple terms refers to a set of reports and schedules or notes that an accountant prepares at the end of the period of an enterprise. According to financial statements are the end products of financial accounting prepared by the accountant. Its purpose is to reveal the financial position of an enterprise, the result of its activities, and an analysis of what has to be done with the earnings. Financial statements are historical documents. They will be showing a summary of financial performance of an organization for a defined period. So, what are the components of financial statements? We have 5 components. According to the Companies Act of 2013, a financial statements includes balance sheet of a company as at the end of the year, that it can be also called as statement of financial position. Coming to the second one is a statement of profit and loss for the financial year, and it can also be referred to as income statement. Coming to the third one, cash flow statements. What are cash flow statement for the financial year? A cash flow statement will be showing us the movement of cash account of a company. So it presents cash inflows that can also be called as cash receipts, and cash outflows can also be called as cash payments in the 3 activities of the business, that is operating, investing and financing. Accountants follow the accrual basis in measuring income and expenses. Some of the users are particularly interested in the cash transactions of the company. Hence, they need to prepare a statement of cash flows. The statement of cash flows presents the inflows of cash in the different activities of the business. The net increases or decreases in cash and the resulting cash balance at the end of the period is called as cash inflows, refers to as receipts of the cash, while cash outflows are the payments or disbursement of the cash. A typical cash flow statement starts with a heading which consists of 3 lines. The first line presents the name of the company, and the second line describes the title of the report, and the third states the period covered in the report. The third line is worded with "for the year ended." This means that the information included in the report covers a span of time. In the report presents inflows and outflows of the cash from 1 year, that is from January 1st to December 31st. Cash inflows and outflows are classified into 3 activities: operating, investing and financing. Operating activities refer to the main operations of the company, such as rendering of professional services, acquisition of inventories and supplies, selling of inventories for merchandising and manufacturing concerns, collection of accounts, payments of accounts to suppliers and others. Generally, operating activities refers to those that involve current assets and current liabilities. Investing activities may be summed up as where the company puts its money for long-term purposes such as acquisition of property, acquisition of plant and acquisition of equipment, and investment in long-term securities. Selling these properties are also considered as investing activities. Investing activities include transactions that involve non-current assets. Now coming to the financing activities. Financing activities refers to where the company gets its funds such as investment of owners and cash proceeds from the bank loan and other long-term payables. The payment of such items, that is withdrawal of owners and payments of loans, are also financing activities. Generally, financing activities include those that affect non-current liabilities and capital. After inflows and outflows are presented, the net increase or decrease in cash is computed. Then it is added to the beginning balance of cash to get the balance at the end. In simple sense, this report presents the cash balance at the beginning of the period, the changes during the period, and the resulting balance at the end of the period. So this is how statement of cash flow is prepared. Coming to the format. So format will be like this. First, you will be taking all the items related to cash flow from operating activities, and then you will get the net cash provided by operating activities. Here, operating activities net cash provided by operating activities will add up, and then coming to the cash flows from investing activities. So in this we will be taking all the individual inflows and outflows, and then we will be getting the net cash provided by investing activities. Then comes cash flows from financing activities. So all list of individual inflows and outflows of financing activities will be taking, and we will be getting the net cash provided by financing activities. Then we will derive at net increase or decrease in cash. To that, you will be taking the cash at the beginning of the period, add up, and then you will be getting the cash at the end of the period. So non-cash investing and financing activities, you will be getting it. Coming to the statement of fourth component of financial statements is a statement of changes in equity. So what do we mean by statement of changes in equity? Statement of changes in equity can also be called as a statement of equity. Some important points need to be known for the preparation and understanding this report. This statement of owner's equity shows the changes in the capital account due to contributions, due to withdrawals, and you will be getting the net income or net loss. So capital is increased by owner's contribution and income and decreased by withdrawals and expenses. The statement of owner's equity, which is prepared for the sole proprietorship type of business, shows the movement in capital as a result of those four elements. So statement of changes in equity, often referred to as statement of retained earnings, or details the changes in owner's equity over an accounting period by presenting the movement in reserves comprising the shareholders' equity. Movement in shareholders' equity over an accounting period comprises these following elements. First one is net profit or net loss during the accounting period attributable to shareholders. Increase or decrease in share capital reserves. Dividend payments to shareholders. Gains or losses recognized directly in equity. Effect of changes in accounting policies. Effect of correction of prior period error. So what are the components of statement of changes in equity? So first of all, you will be taking the opening balance. So this opening balance represents the balance of shareholders' equity reserves at the start of the comparative reporting period, as reflected in the prior period statement of financial position. The opening balance is adjusted in respect of the correction of prior period errors rectified in the current period, and also the effect of changes in accounting policy implemented during the year, as these are presented separately in the statement of changes in equity. Then comes the effect of changes in accounting policies. Since changes in accounting policies are applied, an adjustment is required in stockholders' reserves at the start of the comparative reporting period to restate the opening equity to the amount that would be arrived if the new accounting policy had always been applied. Then effect of correction of prior period error. So relating to this, the effect of correction of prior period errors must be presented separately in the statement of changes in equity as an adjustment to opening reserves. The effect of correction may not be reflected against the opening balance of the equity reserves, so that the amounts represented in current period statement might be easily reconciled and traced from prior period financial statements. Restated balance. This represents the equity attributable to stockholders at the start of the comparative period after the adjustments in respect of the changes in accounting policies and correction of prior period errors as explained above. Then coming to changes in share capital. Here, the issue of further share capital during the period must be added in the statement of changes in equity, whereas redemption of shares must be deducted therefrom. The effect of issue and redemption of shares must be presented separately for share capital reserve and share premium reserve. Coming to dividends. Dividend payments issued or announced during the period must be deducted from the shareholder equity, as they represent distribution of wealth attributable to stockholders. Income or loss for the period. This represents the profit or loss attributable to shareholders during the period as reported in the income statement. Coming to the changes in revaluation reserve. Here, revaluation gains or losses recognized during the period must be presented in the statement of changes in equity to the extent that they are recognized outside the income statement. Revaluation gains recognized in income statement due to reversal of previous impairment losses, however, shall not be presented separately in the statement of changes in equity, as they would already be incorporated in the profit or loss for the period. Other gains and losses. Any other gains or losses not recognized in the income statement may be presented in the statement of changes in equity, such as actuarial gains or losses arising from the application of IAS 19 employee benefit. Closing balance. This represents the balance of shareholders' equity reserves at the end of the reporting period as reflected in the statement of financial position. So what is the purpose or what is the importance of statement of changes in equity? This statement helps users of financial statement to identify the factors that are causing the changes in the owner's equity over the accounting periods. Whereas movement in shareholder reserves can be observed from the balance sheet. Statement of changes in equity discloses significant information about equity reserves that is not presented separately elsewhere in the financial statements, which may be useful in understanding the nature of changes of equity reserves. Examples of such information should include share capital issue and redemption during the period, the effect of changes in accounting policies and correction of prior period errors, gains and losses recognized outside income statement, dividends declared and bonus shares issued during the period. Coming to the explanation part. So here a statement of owner's equity shows the owner's capital at the start of the period, the changes that affected the capital and the resulting capital at the end of the period. It is known as statement of changes in equity. A typical statement of changes in equity starts with a heading which consists of 3 lines. The first line shows the name of the company, secondly the title of the report, and the third the period covered. The title of the report of the statement of owner's equity is used for sole proprietorship. For partnerships, the title used is statement of partner's equity, and for corporations the title used is statement of stockholders equity. The third line is worded with for the year ended. This means the statement of owner's equity presents information for a specific span of time. In the example, the period covered is 1 year that ends on December 31st, 2019. Hence, the amount presented pertaining to changes to owner's equity from January 1st, 2019 to December 31st, 2019, which is comprising of 1 year. The capital account used would vary from company to company. Income increases capital. Expenses decreases capital. Net income is equal to income minus expenses. Hence, net income would increase the capital account. If expenses exceed income, there is a net loss. Net loss will decrease the capital account. Drawings represents the total withdrawals made by the owner during the period. This amount has to be deducted to get the capital balance. So this is how the format of statement of changes in equity would be. Coming to the fifth component, that is notes of financial statements. The notes of financial statements or supplementary notes provide information in addition to those presented in the balance sheet and presented in income statement and presented in statement of changes in equity and also cash flow statement. The notes contains disclosures required by accounting standards and some supporting computations, breakdown of line items in the face of the financial statements and other information that users may be interested in. So this is all about the today's lesson. End of the class.